Okay, in case you didn't realize it, there's only two PC operating systems, Windows and Linux. Can you tell me why? Do you think the Chinese just don't feel like doing it? Do you think the Indians just don't feel like doing it? Why isn't there an Indian operating system? The answer is because PC hardware is like every machine is completely different from every other machine. Yeah, that's practically what the situation is. Now, when I've worked on this for 10 years. When I first looked at the Linux code to get the interface for port I/O, one of the first, in the beginning, let's see if I can find it. In the beginning, I got the definitions for the commands for ATA. I now have the spec, but I got the definitions from Linux, and I just copied them and kept them. I figured I'm not going to be dishonest and hide that I got it from Linux. Linux doesn't own the definitions, even if I don't see how they did any intellectual property. Anyway, it's just the spec. A lot of people there's a lot of fools who don't realize that there's a difference between a patent and a copyright. What's the difference between a patent and a copyright? Well, now you know. Anyway, so my first introduction to PC hardware was when I put ATA read. There's a command for a single block. So I stuck that in there, and my hard disk would not read a single block. One of the commands is ATA block read or something like that. There's like a single read. So I shoved that in there, and I could not get it working. I could not get this single read working. And then finally I tried multi-read on a fluke, and it worked. So I couldn't read a single block, but I could read multiple blocks. Now, these are the commands for interfacing with a hard disk. So my first introduction to PC hardware was read single does not work, but read multi does. Son of a bitch, are you fucking kidding me? So that is basically what every single fucking device connected to a PC is like. It is every single one. So guess what? Every single PC has one. I had one. Okay, I've upgraded about 5 times in the past 10 years, and almost every single time I had a problem that made it die, and it didn't boot. So there's a lot of clowns. There's a lot of clowns who are getting fancy and criticizing me because I do it simply. Guess what? On one machine, my mouse interrupt wouldn't work. My fucking mouse interrupt wouldn't work. So you know what I did? I pulled the mouse. The other interrupts worked. So just the BIOS decided, because it's the fucking CIA and they don't want the Chinese, so the BIOS decided not to enable the mouse interrupt. Can you believe that shit? You're at the mercy of the BIOS. If the BIOS wants to kill you, you're dead. You can't do shit. So the mouse interrupt didn't work. So okay, class. There's a lot of people who are stupid. If we make a okay, class, let's review polling. Let's review polling, shall we? If I say if import 0x64. First of all, let's print. This is gonna kill my keyboard. How about okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the keyboard state. This is either the controller status, I don't remember which one. T0 plus. So it's 1C. Okay, that's a little too long. Say for 5 seconds. Okay, that was not the one. Maybe it's 60. So that's changing when I press a key. You can see it. That's changing when I press a key. So okay, class. So this what is the CPU situation like? We are reading constantly, and we are looping. So this will utilize 99% of the CPU. This will utilize 100% of the CPU. Guess what? What happens if I sleep for 16 milliseconds for 60 hertz? This is polling, but guess what? Look at my CPU. 17. It's the same. It doesn't affect polling does not affect the CPU. Well, holy shit. Can you believe that? All those stupid fucking niggers are going to have inoperative mouses because they're too stupid to poll. They're too stupid to poll. You don't need interrupts. If interrupts, let me tell you. You remember Bill Clinton said it's the economy, stupid. Guess what? It's compatibility, stupid. There's only one thing that matters on PC operating systems, and that is compatibility. And I'm telling you, basically you have an interrupt for keyboard, for mouse, for timer. If you go to PCI, you have to start reading the config space and get the lines and hope that the BIOS. What if they're shared? Then you have to know the other device. In other words, everybody wants to show that they're not stupid and that they know what an interrupt is. Everybody wants to show. You know what the irony is? I fucking wrote a compiler, and guess what? Get this. Do I fucking know interrupts? I made an interrupt keyword for my compiler. I am fucking a god. You guys are those fucking niggers. Okay, I made an interrupt keyword. You want to see what it looks like? Back my generation all learned interrupts because we used DOS and we used Commodore 64. We changed. Look at this shit. Mouse interrupt handler. Watch this. Unassemble function. Mouse interrupt handler. Check this shit out. It ends with an IRET and it saves all the registers. I made my own compiler and I made an interrupt keyword. Don't give me any shit. You are a stupid fuck who's too stupid to use it to poll. You're too stupid to poll. For robustness, nothing beats polling. Let me tell you, nothing beats polling when it comes to robustness. It's like an AK-47. It doesn't jam. You guys are getting your M16s and they're jamming because yours just doesn't work. Trust me, that's why I'm the number 3 operating system after Linux and, well, I don't know. Anyway, soon I'll be huge because of God.